Yeah. So, where in your personal path, what's been your biggest struggles?
I I think there may be three or four things. I think in terms of my growth as a horseman, I think there were two. Um, so all of my life, taking lessons and things of that sort, people would tell me what to do. So I used to tell the story. Um, they said you get people say put your leg on, put your leg on. Well, I used to work out with the football team uh, in weight training in high school, and I was riding my bike about 300 miles a week to get to the barn and back. And we used to do this foot press thing, where you do that, and the leg pressing, I could out press almost the entire football team. So the idea of leg strength, when I put my leg on, my leg was on, and often the horse would not respond. So one of my greatest challenges was this awareness as I was taking lessons and learning along the way, that I was learning about application of aids and things of that sort, but I knew my horses weren't understanding what I was asking.
Right.
And I did not have mentors at the time until I met Captain Saunders, who was really able to help me understand how the horses learn. So that was one of my biggest challenges. Captain Saunders, when I was 17, was my first big influence. Then there's a pretty long break, and then it was Scott Freeland, a local natural horsemanship kind of guy, along with all of the rise of the natural horsemanship movement, which really helped me with that. I think personally, the biggest struggle that I've had in my horsemanship along the way has been just managing my emotions, and particularly frustration and anger. And it was mostly around times where I felt stressed by stuff in the world. So it's like bringing the world into the barn, and just trying to get something done and getting it done quickly or something. And then you got a horse that spooks, or steps the wrong way and steps on your foot, or steps the right way and steps on your foot.
So, what
And
are strategies that you've used for yourself then?
so
To,
for me, it's really been a very slow process of adjustment. So the first piece of it is about developing awareness. What's going on, just understanding that my reactions are not just about what just happened, that there's a larger context. So that piece was huge in that. And then that was probably the initial thing, uh, using avoidance strategies. So I would check in with myself, um, and if I was in a stress space, I would make the choice. I had freedom to choose when to work with my horses or not.
right.
So that's early on, and then later on, I was introduced to mindfulness and a mindfulness practice. Reading The Power of Now, Eckhart Tolle's book was one that really spoke to me. Um, and developing a mindfulness practice really was the first thing I did that to really change how I reacted and responded to the stresses in the world.
What's your mindfulness practice look like over the years?
Well, for a while it was very consistent, and initially it was just learning about doing that, learning about what is a mindfulness meditation, what are the different ways that you can do that. So you can do one where you have a focal point meditation. And that's how I started, with focusing on the breath. Mm-hmm. And then you can have meditations where you follow your thoughts or follow a feeling, things of that sort. What I did is, once I got comfortable with it, is that because mindfulness meditation is doing something with increased awareness, I started driving mindfully.
Yeah.
And I had about an hour of commuting every day. So I would get in a mindfulness meditation, half hour, one in the morning on the way to work, and a half hour, one on the way to home. And I think after about 6 to 9 months, I really kind of noticed and felt that it made a big difference, and big enough difference that I could actually put that that I could start recommending that to people that I work with, because that's something that's really important to me, is that I don't want to recommend to somebody something that I am either haven't done, or if I haven't done it, that I'm not willing to do. I think that's
Right.
about integrity.